Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing an under 14 race highlights and I'm here with Harry Roth.
Hello there.
So Harry was actually racing in this race, I'm just doing highlights because, yeah. So here's Harry doing his rollout.
Very interesting. I've never seen these things before.
Harry, mate. So this is the sign on. And Harry and me never raced at this course before.
Nathan got rejected at the sign-on, by the way.
I got rejected at the sign-on because they weren't doing the under-16s yet, which isn't really getting rejected.
It is.
So Harry was warming up next to the track to sort of get a look in at the previous races, see what was going on.
I like the look of the track, but it looked a bit sketchy in some places.
So we were at EVESHAM, so it's a very technical course. I think it's where the cycle stars train. There's a couple of those in Harry's race, so...
This is the recce. It was quite useful to sort of get to know the track a bit. I found it very helpful.
Yeah.
Just sort of following people's wheels, and then Nathan started to move up and try and do some laps on the front. And I just settled in halfway down just for the recce.
So under 14s and 16s were on the course at the same time for the recce. And this is Harry's race start, pretty much straight after the recce. So Harry's on the inside there in the white skin suit.
Basically, my sort of theory was if I attacked to the line and sort of tried to get rid of Mika and all the stronger riders and just try
Get rid of Mika? What are you going to do with that?
I don't know.
So Harry attacked off the line just sort of to try split up the group a bit and make sure he's well positioned. And then there's Mika chasing him there.
My theory was to try and get a gap on him.
Any advantage on him. So this is lap 2 now, and Mika and Jamie had gone past him, and Mika was off the front. Harry was on the front of the group, and they caught Jamie. Mika was just gone at this point, never saw him again.
Mika left the chat.
Shut up! So there's Mika there, and then here's the main group. I think they had 7 at this point. 7 in the group, and then 3 dropped off the back pretty quickly. So Mika was doing really, really well off the front. He got a really good gap actually. And then here was the chasers group, a little bit further back, and they were sort of just sitting in.
Great work, Harry!
And they weren't far behind him at this point, but he sort of... it was like stop-start chasing. They weren't like consistently trying to push on. And this was still really early in the race, but they were never really close to catching him. So Harry was sitting in the group really, really well, just not doing any work.
I was just trying to sit at the back and get to know the course at speed and just see what I could do.
Also, sitting behind one of the Cycle Stars riders is quite a good way to learn the lines because they obviously probably train there every week.
Yeah.
So this was one of the tighter sections of the course, and it had these sort of switchbacks, and it went into this flowy bit that was really hard to get right. And you could pedal through the corners, but it was quite hard to carry speed through them. So in the group there were 2 sort of stronger riders, one from Beast and one from the Mainly Flyers, and they were sort of pushing and trying to get a gap so they could close back onto Mika, but never really managed to get away. Always able to be closed down because it was super hard to open up a gap on the course with all the turns and stuff.
At this point I was sort of more bothered at trying to move up. I was trying to move up.
So Harry's taken sort of like different lines to try and move up off the back of the group, just because obviously you get stretched out if you're on the back. Little attack over the hill there.
I just tried to string it out a bit.
Maybe try distance some riders because then let less people try beating the sprint.
Yeah.
Harry, don't do too much.
So Harry's absolutely railing these corners. Were you braking in them?
No.
No brakes. And then here's Mika, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, we'd practically lost him at this point.
And he was basically just, at this point, probably saving energy for the because he was racing the under-16s race later, which is really good effort. There's Harry still on the back, but he's been doing a couple turns now. And here he is on the front. He's getting a little gap there, but soon enough someone closes back onto his wheel.
Yes, Harry.
Is that an attack there, Harry?
A little bit, yeah.
So getting sort of towards the end of the race now. Still working well as a group, but not really for any cause because you weren't going to catch Mika at this point. It's crashed.
Yeah.
And then
this is the big move. I just saw an opening and went for it. and just sprinted out every single corner, sprinting whenever I could.
Yes,
But
Harry.
the Beeston people, or the guy, was just always there. I could see him in my peripheral, and I sort of
Yes, Harry.
gave up a bit and sort of bonked on the last corner, coming around onto the straight. And the Maindies and the Beeston guy came past me.
So going into the last lap, the Mendy guy and the Beasting guy were dropping back, and Harry caught onto this, and he managed to get a good gap on them as they were stuck behind other riders. But soon enough, they came round and they were very strong in the sprint as well. But you had a good gap on everyone else. So yeah, really well done to Harry. Do you want to say anything, Harry?
Like and subscribe.
Agreed. Thank you for watching. Bye.